Hey, AfterBuzzers, we are back talking about Season 13, Episode 5, Supernatural. And guys, I'm not alone this time. See you guys after the opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
And it is never too late to talk about Supernatural, whether you're in Season 1 or Season 13, because holy crap, this episode brought back a lot of feels, a little bit. Actually, I think every episode has been bringing back a lot of memories from past seasons, so it was really nice having that. But hey guys, welcome back to AfterBuzz TV. We were talking about Supernatural again, Season 13, Episode 5. Not gonna try to attempt that title because it's weird. I'm your host, Alexis Torres. You guys can find me all over social media at atorres890. That's ATORRES 890. And I'm not alone, everybody. I've got Lacretia Lyon because there's only one.
Yes, there is. You pretty well did my whole intro. So
I'm sorry.
just, guys, like, it's at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet since there is only one. I just can't help myself.
I know, you gotta do it.
Yeah,
I can't have
like,
a show with you without you actually doing your full intro.
Nope.
It's not real.
It's just a habit.
Yeah, Shauna is out on a mission trying to go to another mental hospital to find another ghost, so definitely support her. She's gonna need it. Find her on Twitter. She's Shauna. She's awesome. Look it up. Anyway, so don't forget also we are live, so check us out in the live chat, talk about the episode or the episodes that you are either catching up on or currently viewing. Definitely leave some comments. I got to read some of your comments from last week. Ouch, but that's okay. It's fine. I'm cool with it. Just gonna brush it off my shoulders. And I'm really excited to talk about this because we got deep with Dean. All the emotions, just me just going my emotions at the very end of it.
And I love that because that's literally the gif I use every time.
Every
because
time.
I love Community and especially Donald Glover and that my emotions. Like every time, that is my feelings.
Yeah.
Well, especially that ending scene.
I was waiting for like a dun, 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 embrace. We didn't get it, but I'm really happy.
Yeah, Billie Jean Girl 24 said, you know, she could hear and
yes, thank you. That's exactly what I heard. I was waiting for like Rain and Whitney Houston to come back from, you know, the dead and actually sing it to them. I would have loved it so much.
That would have been just perfect
yeah.
because it was like that longing gaze is everything I need and more.
Oh, it was beautiful. I was like, I don't want this to end. I just want it to happen all the time. On repeat, rewind it 8 times.
The love that Cass and Dean share is just so special.
It's so precious. It makes me so happy. Since you weren't here last week, Lacretia, how did you feel about Cass in last episode? Because I know how you feel about him.
Yes, like,
So,
okay. Like,
or Misha, period.
Yeah, Misha, period. I mean, there's a video that exists of my voice cracking at Comic-Con this year going, Misha!
Oh, God.
But, yeah, I loved it. Like, I love how he got to stretch his acting chops, because that's the thing, is Misha is so unlike Cass in a lot of ways, and so I love when he gets to be more Misha, and, like, I loved him looking at himself, and it was so good. Anytime anyone plays opposite themselves, like, it is so good.
Yeah, Misha gave me chills last episode. So freaking good. Also what gave me chills was the beginning of this episode. In my head I was going, boys must be dumb. Not all boys. I meant teenage boys. Teenage boys are dumb. Don't be doing dumb things in the middle of the night by yourself in a mental hospital. Why would you do it? Why?
To be honest, this sounds
Lacretia,
like...
Why?
Well, okay, I will defend them a little bit because I was also like that. I was the first one to punch out the window at the abandoned house at the graveyard
But at least
with
it's
my
abandoned
friends.
house, though. I'll take an abandoned house. Mental hospitals, I don't mess with.
Yeah, I
There's
was
too
like,
much.
I mean, it was at a graveyard though.
True.
I was like, so it was
That's
pretty
also
spooky.
pretty
It wasn't
spooky.
as spooky as the mental institution.
Oh, I can't.
Because, yeah, I remember going on a field trip when I was in high school to the mental institution. This lady was like, this ain't no motherfucking Disneyland. And it was hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, and I'm done. I'm done, guys. We're done here. I'm gonna go back in the bus, eat my PB&J. I'm out. Bye, guys. Like, I can't. We did the same thing in high school, and it was just like, nope. But the fact that it was abandoned, and also there's the dark plague or plague masks, like just lying. No, don't mess with that. Just cutting open skulls and stuff. It just, nope.
I would have been like, cool.
I mean, it would be cool if it was in the day and I was looking at it, not in the middle of the night while it's just two of you. Like, I would rather be like, hey, let's go as a group. Figure this out.
I mean, I may have been the first one to bash the window in at night, but there were a bunch of guys behind me, so they all look, I mean, one of them was my brother, but
exactly.
they look like pussies.
But, but I'm like, but that's just how, like, that makes more sense to me. I'm like, hey, bring a bunch of dudes with you, or even just a group of freaking friends. Like, I'm fine with that. That works with me. But I'm just like, why? Anyway, but we obviously see the consequences of that. We got 2 boys. I believe it was Sean and, was it Evan? Or Evan and Sean? Yeah, I was right. And
Names
and sometimes. And so, so they go into the mental hospital or mental institution, look around, find the freaking plague masks, and I'm just like, this is bad. This is really freaking bad. It's just me just yelling in the back, it's a trap! And, and obviously some creepy ghost comes by and starts drilling people's heads, and I'm like, yep. This is what happens.
I will say, like, not to be weird or anything, but everybody already knows that I'm pretty well a freak. I thought that this ghost was, like, super cool, because I was like, ooh, lobotomy, and, like, those creepy masks, I'm like, this is pretty cool. Like, I liked the story.
I did. Yeah. I definitely liked the story. It was more of, like, the scared teenager in me was like, don't do it! But no, I loved the design of this ghost. And I love that it wasn't just a mask. Like, you can see, like, his beard underneath it and everything, so you can tell how old he is. Like, that was really freaking cool.
It was creepy. Yeah, I liked it.
I loved it. And the fact that he didn't just have one mask. So, like, he had several of them. And the fact that his backstory of him having that he loved those masks so much, or it was a part of him so much that they had to rip it off his face when they arrested him back in the day. Chills, but I was like, this is so cool, but also, oh my god, my nightmares. So obviously we obviously left off with the boys of our older boys, Sam and Dean, of Dean talking about he doesn't believe in anything, and of course Sam is immediately like, okay, I'm gonna cheer up my big brother and I'm gonna take him out into all these places. He's gonna have a beautiful breakfast and I'm like, Sam, what are you doing?
And I love that this is the second show on the CW this week that has taken my trend. I really appreciate that, guys. Some of you do follow me. But yeah, breakfast beer, let's make it a thing.
Hey, man, breakfast beer is nice.
And
it's like having a whole loaf of bread.
It's soothing to your stomach. Actually, way better than a mimosa.
Yeah.
Guys, you know, it's something I started on the cruise and think that the rest of us should do it.
I agree. I'm totally down with having a beer in the morning. That sounds great. I don't know. I just feel like, who wants toast when you can have beer?
It's good for y'all.
Yeah. But I love how he was like having a peanut butter and jelly for breakfast. And he's like, no, step it up. Live a little. I'm like, Sam, if you were trying to be smooth, you're doing a terrible job.
And then my favorite part of the whole episode, other than the longing gaze at the end, was you want to go to a strip club?
Dean's like, I'm sorry. Wait. Run that by me again? What? And also just the fact of just like, let's just do this one together. Jack's watching my fantasy DVDs. You know, Red Sonja, Beastmaster.
It's a wonder you ever got laid.
Yeah, I love that line. And it's just like, well, you don't know my magical ways. I'm like, maybe it's just because you have long hair, you're tall, and you're handsome. Anyway, but yeah, so the fact that they did this.
Those movies too, though.
Yeah, I think they're great. Yeah. So, fuck you, Dean. But it will literally and figuratively. So obviously we have, them be like, hey, let's go on like just a brotherly trip. Let's do this, this mission. Exactly. Let's do this case together. And the fact that I love that he also picked up on the fact that he uses the same agent name every time. Yeah. What? You love Agent Paige. Why are you giving him to me?
You always want to be Paige. And to be honest, like, if I had to pick between Plant and Paige, I'd be Paige,
Paige, yeah. I don't want to be Plant. Yeah. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, especially now. I did see him at ACL a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
And he looks a lot like my dad, too.
Oh, so no. Weird. Yeah, that's awkward. So you're like,
no. But yeah, and I love that Sam looked up Yelp reviews for the Clam Diver, the name of the strip club. Even. Hey, man. Like, very funny.
Those are important sometimes. If you're like, hey, if I'm gonna do this, I want to make sure it's a good establishment. 4 out of 5 stars is the cream of the crop, okay? Especially for Yelp reviews if you're somewhere in Colorado. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, like, it's not like they have a Spearmint Rhino, which is like a trusted chain.
Oh, yeah. Also, everybody in the chat who's like, swear jar, get ready, because this is what happens.
I've said how many already today?
Yeah, like, when Lacretia and I are doing a show, just the two of us, swear words just go out the loop. Sorry, Steven in the chat. Or not in the chat, in the booth. I should have warned you. Anyway, but I also love...
I'll just go a Carlin bit right now if y'all want to watch it.
I mean, chili fries and strip clubs. That's like that's what I wanted for my bachelorette party when I got married. I was like, can we do that? No, it's fine. You guys are all straight. It's cool. Like, it's okay.
The strip clubs are fun, even if you're not into women. I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes
just
it's
go.
like, and like Legs and Eggs is a pretty good special when you're in Vegas, guys.
Thank you. Finally, somebody understands. It's just nice. I mean,
My dad was a strip club DJ for most of my life, so it's just been sort of normal.
it's just whatever, man. Just enjoy it. You don't have to like make them feel weird about it. It's their job. Just like if you're going to like a Kinko's or something, hey, I need copies. Hey, I need you to hang off this pole. It's great.
Yeah.
I admire them. I think it's wonderful. Also, I love Dean's like mantra: bullets, bacon, and booze.
Yeah, that's a good thing to live by.
I'm okay with that. That sounds great, especially for Dean. That just makes me happy. I'm like, oh, Dean.
Bullets, bacon,
And booze. The three
so
B's.
hot.
I love it. I love it. But I'm happy that Sam was able to bring out of him the fact that you're in a really dark place. You don't believe in anything. I just want to make you feel better. I wasn't trying to make things weird. I'm like, but you made it weird.
I liked it was
yeah.
sweet though that Sam finally being like, you know, brotherly to Dean. Like, and not like he hasn't before, but like usually
He's
it
like
is
try-
like
he's
Dean.
like going the extra
Yeah,
mile. Yeah,
it's like it's usually Dean picking up Sammy and going in, so it's good to see it be the shoe on the other foot. So that's why I really like Sammy, you know, taking initiative here to try and make Dean feel better.
Yep.
It shows he's really growing.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
really happy about that. And to cut back a little bit from the boys, even though it was kind of like couldn't really tell what was happening, we cut back to Sean dealing with the fact that he's a mute, obviously, and that Dean was trying to help him and realized that there's something going on because he's drawing the mask and the man in the mask, and Dr. Meadows ends up making a house call, not to be punny there, and comes in, and all we see is a drill and him coming towards him. Definitely was not, when we actually got to see what actually happened, that definitely wasn't what I was thinking. I definitely thought that boy was dead in that house, and that's why Penny was calling. I didn't realize that he left and then went back to the place, dropped off the mask, and then killed himself. Like, that was... Woof.
Yeah, that was like, why was there that extra step? But yeah.
But I mean, I get it. I guess
Yeah.
for Dr. Meadows, he always did these things at his place of work.
yeah.
So I was like, okay. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like you could have just saved yourself a trip and just done that. But he needed the mask back, so I get it. But yeah, so I love that when we wake up, Sam's like, oh my God, he's not there. Nope, he's just on the floor with a bra. Also, I'm just like, whose bra is that? Did you take the stripper's bra? Like, you can't do that. You have to give that back.
I actually much prefer that it was just left open-ended, like in Sam, and I love that they were in a nice hotel for once, not a shithole. Like I was like upset.
No, but I love it because I feel like Sam was like, let's go to a nice place.
Yeah.
Like the bed like looked really great. There wasn't tacky plaid on the walls as much as they were plaid. You know what I mean? Like, it was nice.
Yeah, it's like those you know, hotels that my dad and my brother would always pick. There's a hole in the wall, like literally there would be a hole in the wall places where they normally go, but it's like, guys, you can pay just like $10 more and get a La Quinta, and then it's not so bad. But it feels like Sammy really is splurged.
Yeah.
I feel like that was at least a Hilton Garden.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, this could be a Hilton, even like a Holiday Inn Express. You know what I mean? Like, I was pretty proud of him.
The little things that you notice, I was like, this is the first time they're not in a shitty hotel.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
I was like, this is refreshing as fuck. It was just lovely. But anyway, so of course they go to brunch because Dean needs his bacon because he's hungover as hell. And
that plate he had, and
was
he's
just
like, it's continental.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and I love it because as he was doing that, I was like, I was thinking of that Key and Peele speech with, or sketch with the continental breakfast. It made me so happy. But Penny calls Sam, tells him that Sean is missing. They find out the history of Dr. Avery Meadows, which was, again, we were kind of already skimped over that, the fact that he was working at the mental hospital. He figured out all the cures for everything was through lobotomy, clearly, and that's what he did. When they get there, obviously it's really freaking creepy. They find out that the mask is what's keeping him in this world. Even the fight was kind of cool. The fact that they, like, I love that it's not just like, oh, they get the jump on him right away. It was more along the lines of they had to fight him a little bit, then figured out what he was, and go from there. And I love that the fact that after they defeat him, I thought I was like, okay, cool, we're done. I guess we're just gonna move on, even though I have like 20 minutes of episode left, so I don't know what this means. But I love that we completely switched roles, and now it's like, oh, he's killed so many people that they're just hanging out in the house now because all the bodies are in the house somewhere. And then we get, of course, Dean being like, oh, gotta go into hero action, gotta go, they can't break the veil, so I gotta go in, I gotta do it. And I'm like, okay, sure, this
I
can't
love
end
how
well.
he's like, this one stops my heart, this one starts it. And he just, like, didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
There was, like, not that moment of, like... But it's because Dean really wanted to die.
He did, and
it was so sad and sexy at the same time.
Yeah, like I was very proud of him in this episode of the fact that he's obviously been depressed for quite some time, and of course we talked about it, you know, several times that this is the darkest we've seen Dean besides him going to hell back in whatever season that was that I can't remember off the top of my head. But like the fact that that was the last time we saw Dean at his darkest. It's back now, but this is more of like a normal human thing. I mean, again, I don't think people usually go to hell and come back and then have to live their life. Like, that's not relatable, but this is very relatable. He has to deal with death all the time. And now he's just like, I can't save them all, and I can't do it anymore. And the fact that he saw Sean, which he was really hoping that he was alive, and I'm as sad and kind of messed up it is for me to say this, I'm glad that Sean didn't have to come back, because it was like a reminder of like, this is how real life works. Sometimes you don't get to people in time, and it really pushed Dean to the point of like, I can't get a freaking win.
Yeah, I thought it was a good character moment for Dean. As dark as this storyline was and as heartbreaking, it really... It was
heartbreaking.
Well, and two, this is a lot to do with Dean's character. Yeah. And that Dean always feels fatherly, you know, and he feels as close to John. He feels like responsible for Sam, for Jack, for even Cass. I mean, Dean always feels as this father figure. That's why it's hot. Yeah. But, like, and that's why this kid, he couldn't save this kid, so that's why it was very important. And that's why it was super important at the end of the episode that he finally did get a win.
Yeah. And I feel like we couldn't have that episode
without
we couldn't have this episode without the win.
Yeah.
There's no way. Because I feel like that would not, I don't think we could go another episode with having Dean just be feeling, not, like, I wouldn't hate it if Dean was still in a dark place and then we got cast like halfway through the episode. Like, that's fine. But I'm glad that we ended on a high note, because I feel like, one, Supernatural writers, you can't keep this up with me because it hurts my soul. But at the same time, I'm just really happy we got a win for him, especially because we got to see that shocked face when he got out of the car. That was awesome. Or not out of the car, but when he got on the phone, because he heard his boy's voice. So yeah, so of course we I'm trying to find my notes. But yeah, so obviously we find out that obviously Sean didn't make it, but again we got to see how it all went down. And the fact that he even said, I want to go back home. But then he goes back and he finds out where their bodies are. He goes, all right, Sam, do it. I'm ready. And I love how Sam's just like cursing at him. He's like, I hate you. You're so stupid. This and this. And he tries. And the thing is, speaking of the shots, I could not tell which one he was pointing at.
Oh, I know.
So in my head, I was going, which one did you use? I mean, but I know that they're smarter than that. But in my head, I was like, I don't know which one you're pointing at. And they try to bring him back, and it doesn't work. And I'm just like... are we just gonna end the episode here and then we have to figure it out next episode?
Yeah, I mean, we can't have this Dean is dead again. Like, y'all do this to us every season.
All the time. I'm like, stop it. So leave Dean alone. and I loved seeing Billy with the death scythe. Oh
yeah,
my
like,
God.
She looked so cool.
So cool. I was so happy. I was very confused because obviously we saw her in the then, which was really awesome. But I loved seeing that she's like, when you kill a oh my God, a Reaper, yeah?
Yeah.
After you kill Death, they just get a new role and they become Death. And I was like, sweet.
Yeah,
it's
and
awesome.
that makes sense. That was the thing. Is like one thing I will give Supernatural in the 13 seasons, almost everything tracks pretty well.
Yeah.
It's not
completely.
like you're like, okay, I don't see how they got from point A to B. Like, even though they obviously didn't plan everything from the beginning, they had no idea it was going to go this long. It still shows that they care enough to have it make somewhat sense.
And that's what I love about that is the fact that like is the fact that we've always known that Billy has always kind of kept this like rapport with the boys and this kind of like sass. It's kind of on the same level as like Crowley a little bit. Yeah. So it's really cool seeing her back, and now she's in a higher power. Awesome. Yeah. And her character has matured to a bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I really loved the scenes with her and Dean. I felt like they were in such a good place. And two, it makes more sense too because Dean has always had this good relationship with Death, even, you know, jokingly, and then the entity itself.
Yeah.
And that's why it was like it makes more sense for them to be more sort of on the same wavelength because I mean Dean has held the side before himself. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And killed Death with it. Like holy crap. And I love how even like the lady who's obviously working with Death, who's I guess either the next Reaper or something like that, and she's just like, there's a Winchester in the veil, and I was like, and he's fucked. Yep. That's not good. But yes, I love that she was just she wasn't gonna take his life away. She clearly wanted to find out what's going on with the rip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does she want with it? Does she want to take souls from the other side? What does it mean?
And two, that is the thing, is what is the interest in this, you know, rip in the time-space continuum, or as we see it.
Yeah, because I don't know what she would need it for. And also the fact that she says in the speech, especially because it was like she was uplifting Dean at the same time, but also saying that they were important, so clearly she needs to use them and or watch them for something that's going to happen, which is always the case in every Supernatural season, is the boys are the key to something, or they're very important to somebody. So the fact that she didn't know who Jack was, so we clearly know that's not what she's after, at least for right now.
Is not Jack per se, just interested in... And two, I feel like hers is more of a curiosity in the fact of, like, they were not aware of this. And this is something, like, they want to find out more because it could be a threat to their way of, you know, soul catching or whatever they do.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really know what that means.
I'm like, I don't really know how this death thing works,
but again, I'm really happy. That means we'll probably see Billy a lot more throughout the season, which is nice, you know, because I feel like that wasn't a one-stop shop kind of appearance, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Teku66 brings up a good point. Does it have to do with the other Michael? I mean, we do know that.
Yeah. So maybe because the fact that there are other people that might be alive and other people who are dead in the other dimension. So maybe like Death has to, like, because she said she saw the big picture, maybe there's something missing from it.
Yeah.
And she has to fix it. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I agree. It could have to do something with the angels that are alive over there, or humans. I don't know, because Bobby's alive there. He's definitely supposed to be dead.
And two, like, you know, how we understand the multiverse works in the DC universe, at least. And, like, I mean, I know these aren't the same thing, but it's like, if they can exist, but they're humans. So maybe it's the issue with the angels, because, like, humans would be different, so, you know, in different dimensions, so I don't know, but that may be the concern, is humans aren't a big issue.
It's definitely bigger entities, like angels or demons, that need to be in their place, you know, especially if they're in the certain world. And I feel like she's supposed to be keeping the balance of death and that a life and death. So I'm very intrigued to see what her play is in this role. But I mean, clearly we got Dean back, because obviously, one, you can't kill off a Winchester 5 episodes in. That's not how that works. No. That's like Supernatural protocol. Like, you can't do that. If you're gonna do that, they have to come back next episode.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So we knew that Dean was gonna be coming back, but I'm just very curious to see what Billy has up her sleeve as the new Death. But it was also really cool, again, more nostalgia. We got Billy back, and the fact that we actually get to see a few of Dean's deaths, which is really cool. I love when she was like, you got burned by a redheaded witch, you got, you know, backstabbed by a ghoul. Like, that was really cool to kind of get that back again. Also, that Winchester section of Death was quite large. So, that was really awesome. Obviously, Dean told Sam where the bodies were. Obviously, they were trying to deal with the cops and stuff. Penny, Sean's mother, had to deal with the fact of him dying. I was not aware that they were going to show his body at all. Thought we were just going to assume, oh, he's dead, and then we're just going to move on. But I guess it was to show, because obviously right when they leave the crime scene, obviously we hear that Dean tells Sam, like, I'm not okay. You know, at one point I was okay with Bobby, Dad, and a bunch of other people dying, because I knew that we were trying to rid the world of evil and trying to give this world a better place, or a better chance at life. And then now we lost Mom and Cass, and I love how he's like, and whoever. And I'm like, Crowley is one of them.
I know. I'm like, I love Crowley. I actually just got the Crowley pop finally.
Nice. I have the one where it looks like he's holding, it looks like coffee, but it looks like there's marshmallows in there. So I don't know if that's like sugar cubes or if that's like hot cocoa. I'm not quite sure, but it makes me happy. But yeah, like, I love that he's just like, I don't even know anymore, and I don't know how to be okay. And I love that it wasn't just like, I'm really sad. It was more like, I just want to win. Just one. And I was just like, Supernatural, please give him a win. And we got it at the end of the episode.
The biggest one is cool.
But it was really crazy, because we had that really sad moment of a mother finding out that her son, who she was trying to help, dies in the process, and it sucks. And then we cut to Sam and Dean just in the car, and Dean's obviously in his own head. Sam's sleeping, as per usual. And he gets a phone call from a payphone from our lovely, amazing Castiel.
Yes.
That was crazy. And I love how he, like, when Sam woke up, he was just like, what? What's the matter? Who is it? Because it could have been anybody.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it could have been, like, oh my God.
Mom. I thought it could have been their mom
Yeah,
from the other
she got
dimension
out,
getting, like,
getting
you know,
through.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the cop that we had last week. Well, she's not really a cop anymore. She's a hunter now. Y'all help me out with this. Oh my God.
Jody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to say Jenny, and I was like, that's incorrect. Jody calling because they needed help, or
Yeah.
like she got hurt, or something like that. You know.
Well, we all know Jody's getting her own show, so.
Yeah, I was so happy about that. So I didn't know if that was it was her, you know, or something. I was expecting it to be somebody else at the time. I totally forgot about. I didn't forget about Cass. I just didn't think he was gonna be coming back into their lives so quickly. But I was okay with it because I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Yes. But anyway, so yeah, so we have that moment of them rolling up. I love that there's a cross in the background. I was like, okay. And then we see our trench coat lovable angel back from the empty, and he's here. And Dean's face was just like a.
Yeah,
You're
that
alive?
long. Yeah, like every time they just kept going back and forth with their eyes.
I just kept rewinding it, and I was like, yeah. And I love it because even Cass was just like, oh, I made it. I'm home. And I'm like, oh, so much.
And now Dean's gonna really like love Jack because this is all his doing.
It's all his.
Yeah,
There it is. Out the window, like, oh, I brought him back. I woke him up. And I'm like, there you go. That's how you get Jack and Dean on the right side.
Well, let's bring Cass back.
Yeah. And so, of course, the episode ends, and then we get the preview for next week where it looks like we're bringing Westerns back again. Cowboys are coming back in the fold. And they put Cass in a cowboy hat, which makes sense. And yeah, they're doing something about Doc Holliday and some other things, which again I think is really funny because it brings in the female supernatural for me, which is Winona Earp. So I mean, obviously it's not the actual same actor, but the fact that it's the same kind of style is gonna be really, really cool. I'm very excited to see that. But other than that, that episode was great.
Yeah.
How do you feel about everything besides obviously being awesome and happy that Cass is back?
I was really glad because like Supernatural, what I love is the humor, and it had been kind of missing from the last couple episodes. That's why,
really
like this episode really brought a lot of the funny stuff back, and then also like while the storyline was very dark, they had enough of light moments to keep it going pretty well, and the story was great, and then that in and just the fact that Dean got his win and we have Cass back, everything's just right again.
Yeah, I feel like even though it's really early in the season, I feel like this one is my favorite so far. I mean, last one was really good just because Misha really pulled out all the stops on his role there. But at the same time, this episode again hit all the points. It hit the funny, which I feel like it was missing. I mean, I enjoy the really serious episodes, but I know that Supernatural is not all about that sometimes. We like those episodes where it's a little bit more like jab kind of funny. But like we have those, plus it was dealing with a very serious topic that we're always dealing with out in reality and things like that. And then obviously having a dark, terrifying story that's attached to that, you know. And then obviously we got a character back. So like it was so well rounded.
Hit everything,
Yeah. That it was just, it's my favorite episode so far. So far. Again, it's really, really early. Only 5 episodes in, but it was just so well written as usual with Supernatural. So, because there are some episodes you're like, what were you doing?
What?
But this one was really, really good. And yeah, I'm very excited to see more funnier episodes now that Cass is back.
Yeah,
they have to ring it out now.
Well, and the Scooby-Doo episode is coming out.
I'm
too,
still,
so
I'm like
yes.
I don't know what number that episode is, but I'm sitting on the edge of my seat going, what's gonna happen next? Am I gonna see the Scooby-Doo episode? No? Okay, we still have time? That's fine. I'll wait. Sorry, I was looking at Hexbug and what she said.
The Cowboys episode is the next one. At first, I thought it was football.
Yeah.
And then I was about to say, did we win? And
Yeah,
then I'm
I was like, wait,
I really
what?
hadn't checked the score because I was at a screening. But and then I was like, oh no, it's the Cowboy episode that's next.
Yes, yeah, that's what it is.
And they're saying the Scooby-Doo is episode 16.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's gonna be a while away, but yeah.
Well,
But I'm like, I know that one will be fun.
But it's so far away. All right. Well, I guess I can handle that for now. But yes, I'm very excited. I did know that the witch was Rowena, and I don't remember the ghoul episode. Well, no, I remember faintly what the episode was. I need to rewatch the seasons again. I usually do it every October, but I was actually watching like really crazy documentaries this year. Anyway, yeah, I'm super excited to find out what we're talking about with Cowboys next week. I'm really happy that we're getting a funny episode.
And I love that. I love Cowboys too. And I love that Dean loves Cowboys because I love that they are making fun of that. He really loves Cowboys.
Yeah, and that's what he says. And the fact he's like, oh, guys, Doc Holliday. And I'm like, oh, you're so cute and so sexy and so cute and so dumb, but so cute. But anyway, that is our episode. Definitely, you guys check out the comments down below. Let us know what you guys think of like what Billy is up to and what you guys think that she could be connected with and the whole big picture. Hopefully, I'm so excited to see Jack next episode because it's gonna be so freaking good. And definitely follow our awesome lady Shauna and check up on her. Let her know and ask her how she thought the episode went. Lacretia, what are you doing right now? Like, in production and things like that.
Yeah, so, like, next, on this same channel, guys, Horror TV Weekly will be on, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one.
And you guys can find me all over social media at atorres890. That's ATORES890. I know that somebody, Ivan said that there was, was it Ivan? Somebody said that we didn't talk about his mom. It was a quick blip, but we know that she's alive for right now. So that's why I was like, we can talk about it when it comes back up. But anyway, guys, have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you guys next Sunday for episode 6 of Supernatural. Mwah! Bye!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.